Okay. Welcome to the Elzwurth Theory Podcast. My name is Elzwurth.
Nanu here.
And we are back. And we do apologize for the long hiatus. Not too long, but long enough. We were late long enough.
It's been a few weeks.
Yeah. How you feeling, Nanu?
I feel good. I'm
Feel good?
Yeah.
We've been working on this shit all day. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. And each time is a different experience. So yeah, my name is Elzwurth. It's been a few weeks since the first, since we did our first episode, which we broke up into two segments. We needed to just take a step back, reevaluate things, and figure out exactly what direction we wanted to go in terms of the show and other things that we wanted to do. So with that being said, here we are. We're back. Elzwurth and Nanu. Mm-hmm. Two Cocoa babies. Love and life, anime, technology, music, culture, society, and everything else in between. So before we get started, just two things we wanted to address. In the first episode, we spoke about Lemony Snicket, and I harped on the python that was carrying the antidote to save
the Baudelaires.
Yeah, and everyone that was stranded on the island. And I had no idea where this python came from. I thought he came out of the blue, but
yeah, we couldn't remember. It's been a while. It was from the first season, second episode.
Right.
So,
but you figured it out. So tell us give us the lowdown.
Okay. Well, it turns out the snake was from the second episode, as I said, when they went to stay with Dr. Montgomery, which he's also known as Uncle Monty. That's what the kids were calling him. He was a distant relative of theirs. And he was also a brilliant herpetologist. So he had all these reptiles and he was training them. And the snake, which he dubbed the incredibly deadly viper, is actually the same snake we saw at the end.
Okay. So the snake was, this is from the first season. Mm-hmm. That's why we didn't remember it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So, that's understandable.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to clear that up. So that's where the python came from, carrying the antidote. He was actually Dr. Montgomery's, what is that his name? Montgomery? What is his name?
Dr. Montgomery's
pet python from season 1.
Right.
The second thing we wanted to address was we mentioned that while we were discussing Goblin Slayer, we mentioned there was a anime that I felt was very similar to it. I think Nana was in agreement with me.
Mm-hmm.
The name of that anime is actually called
Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash.
Yes, Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. It's only 12 episodes. It was only one season. There have been talks of renewal, but nothing has happened yet. It is a really good anime. To me, it just bears a lot of similarity to Goblin Slayer. Mm-hmm. The majority of the creatures that these group of adventurers fight are goblins. The subject matter is very serious. The art is good. And it's just a really good anime. It's a shame that they didn't pursue it any further. But maybe, we'll see what happens in the future. Mm-hmm. But if you haven't seen it yet, go and check it out.
Absolutely.
All right. So moving on
to new topics of discussion.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to talk about R.kelly.
Such a shame.
Yeah, we spoke about him in the first show, and I mentioned sensationalism. Mm-hmm. And to some degree, I still feel like that is the case. But now, some new things have been brought to light. So according to CNN, a judge in Chicago set bond for R.kelly at $1 million on Saturday on charges the singer sexually abused 4 females from 1998 to 2010. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Is he out on? Did he pay his?
Yeah, he's out. He's out. He's accused of sexual abuse, and he was indicted on 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse.
Okay. So he's in trouble.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember reading. Okay, this article says the singer, whose full name is R.kelly, was arrested and indicted Friday on 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse involving 4 alleged victims. So then I heard that there were some other tapes that surfaced of him having sex with underage girls. I don't know how true that is, but I mean, I guess we'll see going forward.
I think there's even another more recent tape. Yeah, I think that's 3 now, I believe.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just it's a shame. We've been trying very hard to stay away from talking about this, but
right, because neither, like I said, even since the first episode, which we released that weeks ago, we still haven't watched the R.kelly.
No, and I'm really not interested in watching it.
I'm not interested either. I'm just not. I don't know. I don't have time to watch that. I'm just not interested. But I'm trying to figure out the best way to approach this because I won't deny that there seems to be some sort of focus on Black celebrities. I mean, let's just tell it like it is.
Male or just Black in general?
Particularly males, but just Black in general. They're getting in trouble. I mean, there's no other way around it. They're,
Yeah, they seem to. Well, their troubles seem to be highlighted more than anyone else.
Right. You hit the nail on the head.
Right.
So if you did something bad or illegal, then you're going to get in trouble for it. Okay? It doesn't matter what the color of your skin is. But the issue is like Nanu just said, the focus really seems to be more on people of color. And that, and when the media does this, it makes it as if people of color are the only ones that are getting in trouble for these crimes. Are the only ones.
Exactly.
Right. So, and that's not true.
No.
Okay, I'm not going to get into all those, statistics and who's doing this and who's doing that, because at the end of the day, if you did wrong, you're going to be punished for it, and that's the bottom line. But, I mean, it is what it is. We got to call it as we see it, okay? So, he's going to be battling this. I mean, we'll be following the story going forward. Yeah, it doesn't look good, to be honest with you.
No.
They're going to hang him out to dry. That's what I feel like. I mean, even if I don't know. This guy is like, I just recently learned of some of his projects that he's been involved with and music that he's written for people. Like, this guy's catalog is extensive. So, I mean, to sit here and say that even if he beats the case, that might be the end of his career, I don't know, man. I mean, he might be able to still live on. I mean, even if he never sings again,
he's still writing and producing.
Exactly.
So
this is not going to stop people from seeking out, his talent. It's just, I mean, keep it real. It's not. It's really not. It didn't stop it 20 years ago. So why would it stop now? Why would it stop them now? That's another thing. Like, why is all this stuff coming about now? People knew about this stuff about him like decades ago. I don't understand why everything is coming to a head now.
Right. I think a part of that is because, women are empowered right now. And yes, it's a really great thing, but it's such a shame that all these incidents and cases have taken so long to be brought forth. I think that's the more troubling aspect of it, is because it has taken so long and it seems like everything is coming now. Everything is coming up now all at once.
Right. I don't know. Like I said, we'll be following the story. We'll keep everyone posted and we'll see what happens. So now we're going to move on to the next. I don't even know what to say. What's this? What is?
It's a mess. It's a mess.
What is it? Jussie Smollet. I don't know his name, man.
Jussie Smollett.
I don't know. All right, Jussie.
It's the sweet one.
What's the story with Jussie?
So, according to CNN.com, Jussie was arrested on suspicion of filing a false report about being the victim of a hate crime. I don't even know what to say about that, because he's an activist and he seems very integrated in
things concerning
Black
culture and gay culture.
Right.
I just while I was at an appointment the other day, I saw him on TV talking about, he was with another gentleman and they were talking about, HIV awareness in the Black community, which is very important. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So he's definitely active in the community. I don't know what his financial situation was, but I can only assume that he was making, Empire is a pretty popular show, right? Yeah, I've never watched it. That's your show, right?
But even before that, he was no slacker. I mean, his family had a show. He's been in different roles throughout the years. I don't know. I don't know. And there's still the case is ongoing. So you really don't know what is true and what is not. It seems to be a mashup, a mix of fact and.
All right, well, let's take our time and break it down. So Jussie Smollett. Mm-hmm. How did this all come about? What happened? He made claims that he was attacked, right? Mm-hmm. Now, they poured some kind of substance on him. He's running around the street with this rope around his neck and basically said that he was attacked.
Right, excuse me. It said that the report was filed. Empire actor was arrested Thursday morning on suspicion of filing a false report about a January 29th incident where he said he was the victim of a hate crime. However, police allege Smollett paid 2 men to stage the attack in hopes of promoting his career, according to Chicago Superintendent Eddie Johnson, and that's from CNN.com.
Okay, so they're basically saying that he fabricated the whole thing now.
Right, to promote his career.
So now what's the end game? Is he going to be brought up on charges?
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to do.
On what grounds, though?
Because they're saying he filed a false report about being the victim of a hate crime.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. But I don't know. So there's so much out here. Now, another report is saying that he did not. I don't see. The problem is that, as I said before, there's so much that's mixed. It's fabrication with fact, you know what I mean? Right. So you just don't know what's true. According to Essence.com, Empire has now dropped Jussie from the remainder of the 5th season.
So he's done with the show.
So for now, he's lost that, yeah. And if this was an attempt to promote his career, that it definitely had the opposite effect. And that's if he truly...
That was his motive.
If he was truly involved in all of this. Right. Yeah, we still don't know for certain.
Right. So because I don't want to make a blanket statement about him because we don't really know what happened.
Right.
But if this was indeed a fabrication, see, this all goes back to, I don't understand why you would jeopardize your livelihood with something like that. I don't understand. Mm-hmm. Now you're not going to be on the show. Now your income from that is kaput. I mean, I don't know what the contractual situation is. I don't know his financial situation. Maybe this was pennies. I don't know. You know what I mean? But
the point is that this doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why you would jeopardize your livelihood.
Which is why the question remains if he truly
did it.
Right, because it doesn't make any sense.
If he was the machine behind it. And also...
It truly does sound like it could have been a publicity stunt.
Right.
But I don't know.
I don't know. I feel some sympathy for this guy.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy his character on the show, and I like him.
I don't watch the show, but I can't imagine a situation where you would need to construct something like this just because you felt, you weren't getting your just due on this show.
Right.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Right, it doesn't. And, like I was saying, I from what I've read about him, he seems to be a good person. You know what I mean? I would go so far as to say that what I've seen, what has been put out, I like what I see about him, So I really, I'm hesitant. I really don't want to believe
that. We don't know, because you never know.
Right, you just don't. You don't.
You never know. All right, let's not drag him on. We're gonna be following that story as well, especially you, Nano, because I know you watched that show and you're a fan of the show and his character. We'll see what happens with him going forward.
He makes some good music. Okay.
He makes music too?
Oh, he's
on the show.
On the show, but he sings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna switch gears here. Samsung, they had their Unpacked event earlier in the week, I believe. A second, let me check my trusty computer book. All right, let me take my time because this is technology related and I get very excited. When was the Unpacked? On February 20th? Mm-hmm. This is typically where they release, their flagship products for the year. Samsung Galaxy S10, Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, the Samsung Galaxy Samsung Galaxy S10e, which is supposed to be their budget model. Price starting at $749 for the budget model. The Samsung Galaxy S10 5G was also announced, but we won't see that until later on in the year. And even when we do see it, chances are it probably is not going to be much of a 5G network for it to run off of. So I really don't know why they're releasing that now. But hey, most interestingly, the Samsung Galaxy Fold, which we'll get back to in a minute. Samsung Galaxy Watch Active, Samsung Galaxy Fit / Samsung Galaxy Fit E, Samsung Galaxy Buds, which are supposed to be Samsung's answer to Apple's AirPods, which I really don't understand because they already have a set of wireless buds. I believe the Gear Icon X, which I own, but I found them to be terrible. Yeah, the battery life was horrible on those. So I'm not really sure. And these are cheap. These are actually cheaper than the Icon X. So I don't really know where these Samsung Galaxy Buds fit in. And that was it.
That's quite a few products.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. But I ordered a S10 Plus. Elzwurth Theory. Check me out on YouTube. You guys know I'm going to do an unboxing video. I haven't done an unboxing video in a while. I can't wait.
Yeah,
to get my hands on that phone.
Has there been anything that you've been super excited about though?
You mean as far as the phone specifically?
Yeah, items that you've wanted to unbox. I don't think there's been anything that's really piqued your interest.
No, this is like kind of a technological lull period. Like there's really nothing going on right now. You're gonna see all the releases coming out over the next few months, though. So
look forward to that, everyone.
Yeah. So yeah, Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. We got a 6.4-inch QHD AMOLED Plus screen, 4100 milliamp hour battery. This comes with up to 12 gigs of RAM, depending on the model you chose, and up to 1 terabyte of storage. I did go for kind of the upper echelon. I went for the ceramic white version, which is the version with the ceramic back, 12 gigs of RAM, and 512 gigs of storage. And it cost a pretty penny at $1,249. So that shit was expensive. Now, the Samsung Galaxy Fold. This is something that I've been reading about for months. All right. I had no interest in this until I saw a brief snippet on YouTube, I guess during the Unpacked event. This is a beautiful device. I remember I showed you the video the other day. Beautiful. I just, I love this stuff. Like I can't resist it. This is supposed to come out at around the end of April. They're going to be different tiers, but the starting price for this thing is going to be $1,980. Okay, so $2,000.
Oof. That's computer.
It's going to be out of a lot of people's reach. A lot of people just are simply not going to want to spend that kind of money on a phone.
On a phone.
I'm not one of those people, unfortunately. I'm going to get this thing. You know that. I'm going to get this thing. I'm going to do everything in my power. I'm going to have it. It's mine.
It's a war. It's a war.
Once my laser focus is on it, that's it. Samsung. There we go. Okay. All right, let's slow down. Hold on.
Reach out and grab it.
Yeah, listen to that music. Check it out. Elzwurth Theory Podcast. We would love to hear from you guys. If you have any questions or comments, please send us an email. You can email us at business@elzwurththeory.com. Once again, the email address is business@elzwurththeory.com. Yeah, that's it. My brain is, I'm still thinking about the Galaxy Fold. Don't worry, we're going to get a better email address, but that was the email address that I initially created for business inquiries. But hey, shoot us a line. We'll be happy to answer any questions you might have, any suggestions you might have. We would love to hear from you. Once again, that's business@elzwurththeory.com, and Elzwurth is spelled ELZWURTH. We would love to hear from you. All right, so we're going to take a break. Please join us for the second half of the show where we will be discussing all things culture and entertainment. Peace.